Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm glad to have you here. And today I'm going to be talking about 10 important things that I wish I knew before coming to Sweden. And for you, it means 10 important things that you should know, you should do, or you should be aware of before coming to Sweden. Either you're a student, you're coming for a vacation or holiday, what better way for you to come than to come very prepared? And I hope that you watch this video to the very end and you can get, important things that I'm going to be sharing today. Let's dive into it. So before we start, I want you to please subscribe to my channel because I share a lot of important information and tips, studying in Sweden, scholarships, and I also hope that you like this video. And then at the end of the video, I really want you to please share to your friends or your family members or people that you think would be interested in knowing about these things. So the first thing here is drum rolls. The first thing is for you to learn how to ride a bicycle. And I think this is very important for students. If you're coming to study in Sweden, you need to learn how to ride a bicycle. See, you already have somebody to learn from because I didn't know how to ride a bicycle and I literally trek everywhere. I trek to school, I trek to the supermarket, I trek everywhere, and it's tiring. So I mean, how old am I now? And I need to start learning how to ride, but I'm trying anyways. But yeah, so the very first thing is for you to learn how to ride a bicycle. I tell you, even lecturers ride bicycles. So here is not a place where somebody's going to be judging you like, oh, he doesn't have a car or she doesn't have a car. No judging. We watch, we don't judge. Nobody's gonna judge you if you have a car or not. Just learn how to ride your bicycle before you come. So it's really going to help with like ease of commuting, transportation, and etc. And then I actually have a list, so I'm looking at my list. And then the second thing, very important, maybe should have been the first, is to start learning the language. I feel like the word has been made, I mean, easier in some way or some form, right? There is Duolingo. I currently use Duolingo. There is also YouTube. So start learning the language because although a lot of Swedes actually know how to speak English, but they would rather speak their language, especially in a city where I am, like Kama, they would rather speak their language. So they understand English, but I think Sweden is a country that really like prioritize their language, so they will speak their language, right? So start learning. This is February. You're coming in August or September, so you have a lot of months to learn, and it's really going to go a long way for you because you can be able to learn the basics. Because when you also get here, you can learn Swedish by going for SFE. I don't know the full meaning of SFE, but I know it's Swedish something. So when you like already have like a prior background, learning like some basic phrases like hey, homo do, like how are you doing, have you eaten, etc. So when you get here, it's like building up on what you've learned, and it's also going to be easy for you to like integrate. It's also going to be very important, very easy for you to get a job because we'll get there, but start learning Swedish. It is very important. See, I can't overemphasize this enough. Start learning Swedish. And then the third thing that I actually got from my friend and actually cracked me up, but it's a reality. It was like, be prepared to be unemployed for 4 months. And well, I can't say it's not true. But it's going to be easier and faster for you to get a job if you understand the language. Again, referring back to like the point two of learning the language, especially when you live in like small cities like Kalmar or something, like the companies here are mostly owned by the locals and they're like native speakers, and they would want you to speak their language. They want you to understand their language because you're going to be probably interacting with, or most definitely interacting with, the locals. That's the Swedes here. So if you understand the language, it's going to be easier for you to get jobs, right? It's going to be easier for you. But if not, well, you might be preparing to be unemployed for 4 months. Don't ask about what I'm doing right now. Don't ask about me, really. Then the fourth thing is to avoid the above, yeah, learn a skill. Yes, learn a skill. It's very important to learn a skill. Maybe driving a forklift. I also asked for my friends who are here learning how to drive. Very importantly is getting your driver's license. I think it's together with this. Get your driver's license. Learn how to drive. I'm here again because I don't know how to drive, but you don't have to replicate my mistakes. That's why I'm telling you in advance. So learn how to drive, learn a skill, if it's making hair, if it's maybe online, if it's virtual assistants, if it's just remote work, online jobs, etc. Learning how to drive a forklift and stuff like that. Even if it's for yourself, like, oh, you can make your hair because it makes it cost effective for you, like it helps you manage your own budgets. I made this myself, so you don't have to, the money that you're supposed to be keeping or saving, you're not giving it away to other people. So at least if you can make your hair, you can make hair for people, you can start like a mini business. Because I am actually thinking of starting like this hair business thing, but I'm still thinking about it. So learn a skill, remote jobs, learn how to barb your hair, cut your hair, and learn how to make your hair if you're a female. Then the fifth thing is again learning how to drive and getting a driver's license. Like it's that important. Learn how to drive and get your driver's license. Then the sixth thing that you should be aware is that Sweden is a very cashless society. I mean, if you're coming from a place like Nigeria where, I mean, definitely we make use of transfers, um you know um bank transfers, I mean internet banking and etc. But it's not as compared to Sweden. Like you really don't even see cash in Sweden. Literally, you might not even see cash. So it's a very cashless society, and you need to download once you come here and you get your bank ID, you settle with migration and everything. You're able to get a bank and download the Swish app. Yeah, you can do that. So basically, you're not really going to be seeing cash in your hand, so you have to get used to that. And again, there is like an app for everything. Like there is an app for the train, there is an app for the bus, there is an app to do everything you want to do. I think that's even like a very good one. Like you can even think of, especially if you're into like IT, etc. I can even think of something that's a solution or a business idea for you to create an app, or that's I mean, how do I phrase this? Like look for a problem, maybe make some research about like the Sweden society or whatever, or transactions or whatnot, and try to like identify a solution as well, or profile a solution, and try to create an app. They will buy into that because everybody basically makes use of the apps here. And then the seventh thing that you should be prepared for, or you should be aware, is winter. Very important. I'm laughing because like it gets so cold. I think for me though, for me, it gets very, very cold. So if you're coming, get thick, even if it's one or two. When you get here, then you can like, start buying things. Even if it's just one or two, get like really thick winter jackets, because I believe that especially for students, you're going to be coming around August or September. And so if you live in a country that is like, say always hot or like extremely sunny, prepare your mind, your body, and soul to experience Sweden's coldness, especially for those who live. I mean, for those going or coming to the northern part of Sweden. It's very beautiful, but it's very cold. And then the eighth thing, paraphrasing what my friend said, I have here: don't underestimate the cost of living, right? Don't underestimate the cost of living. So plan wisely, ensuring that you have sufficient money to fend for yourself before you get a job. So you're coming here, it's not as getting a job. I mean, especially as a student, an international student, for instance, is not as easy right? So try to, you will definitely get a job. This is not to scare you away or anything. It's just me being realistic, to be honest, right? Except of course you've learned the language, so upon getting here you're just applying and you can speak. Because the funny thing is, or the ironic thing is, that there are lots of jobs here in Sweden, even in the small cities, but the requirements of knowing how to speak Swedish, um having a driver's license, or knowing how to do some things that, like, you're not I mean, as a foreigner, you're not used to doing, or you don't have those skills. So yeah, it might be hard if you don't have those things. It might be hard to get a job, right? But if you do have them, then it wouldn't take so long. But irrespective of whether or not you do have them, try to budget wisely and try to start managing how to spend your money. And I think one of the things that is not even on this list that I'm going to add now is to learn how to cook. Oh my God, how did I forget to add this to the list? You need to learn how to cook. You need to, because even if you say, okay, you're so rich, you have money, you can purchase anything, you can go to the restaurant and like buy whatever you want to buy, great and fine. You might not 100% like the food here. You can't always eat mashed potatoes and meatballs every time. You can't always eat burgers. You can't always eat, go to Subway or something. You also need to like know how to cook. I think that's part of like the skills that you should have. Learn how to cook. I'm 100%. I feel like 90%, if no more than 90% of the time, I cook my food. First of all, it is budget friendly. I eat something that I'm familiar with. I'm not. It is not to say you shouldn't be flexible or adaptable. It's just a wise thing to know how to do, honestly. So learn how to cook. Is very important. Then the ninth thing is Swedes are introverts. I believe, I mean, based on my, I think 6 going to 7 months that I've spent here, Sweden is an individualistic community compared to Nigeria or other like African countries where we do things together, or it's a collectivist society. So I think the way the country is obviously definitely also being ingrained, and um it has been ingrained basically in their upbringing and themselves, or yeah, themselves. So they are introverts. So if you don't say hi to a Swede, they 100% won't say hi to you. I tell you, it's not because they are rude. It's not because they feel like they feel superior or whatever. It's just they're shy. They are introverts, right? But the really sweet thing about Swedes is that when you say hi to them, I remember when I go here at first, and maybe I want to get something, or I'm trying to go to maybe Kalmahem to pick up something, or to just do something, or I'm going to certain location. Or I remember when I was even going to the bank, to Swedbank, and then I asked somebody for direction. Do you know this man literally left everything he was doing, and he took up his phone to even check for direction. He was even asking his friend. Same thing with like students as well, where you ask them, for direction, or you need help with something, they are very more than willing to help you. But if you stand in the middle of the road looking around, they won't even ask you, are you lost? So you have to approach them. Yeah, like you have to make the first move to Swedes. If not, my dear brothers and sisters, you're just going to be there. They won't reach out to you first. They won't reach out to you first. So yeah, reach out to them, and they are very lovely. Speaking from multiple experiences, they are very lovely people. And I think the 10th thing is, maybe it's an advertisement for Sweden, but Sweden is a very beautiful country. I mean, places like Stockholm, Gothenburg, even the small cities are beautiful. Like the nature is so beautiful. Like Kalmar is so, I really love how serene, how peaceful, how quiet. Not too quiet, but like it's just perfect for me, literally. And I think you're really going to enjoy that. And I think the last, maybe is that my 10th point. I feel like I already mixed it up, but maybe like an extra, a bonus is going to be that I am going to say personally is, if you're coming to Sweden, you need to be open. um you need to be open, you need to be able to, as I said earlier, you need to be able to make the first move, you need to be able to ask questions, you need to make friends. I'm not saying you should have a lot of friends, but you need to have the ability to interact with people, initiate conversations. Say you're an introvert yourself or you're a shy person, I would say you should try and like step up your game, like reach out to people, because here it might get lonely sometimes. I don't know, maybe not for me, or maybe I'm just lying to myself. But yeah, like you need to have friends, you need to speak to people, you need to, especially if you're coming to like maybe student accommodations, for instance. Don't be stuck up. Don't just beat yourself. Speak to people, even your classmates, or maybe it's I don't know, maybe you're coming for work or something. I'm not saying you should be in people's business, no, but like just be open, be open. Network is very important. I think the importance and like the importance of network cannot be overemphasized and shouldn't be underestimated. So you should be able to network and connect with people, because they will help you, especially as a foreigner. You need the help of the people in the country, you need the help of people who have been here, people who have the experiences to survive. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it, for me, what I've gathered from friends and based on like my own personal experiences. If you are a Swede, you come across this video by chance, you might want to drop some things in the comments for people to actually be aware of, right? So thank you for doing so. So I think that's all from my end, and I think in the next video I'm going to be making a video on accommodation, because I know I've had a lot of people ask questions about that, so I'm going to make a video um soon. And yes, I also want to congratulate you guys in advance for people who have applied for the scholarship. I really, really genuinely wish you the best, and I hope that you know. So the results for the admissions comes out in March. I think March 27th or 26th thereabout, and then for the scholarship, the result comes out in April. So I wish you the best, and I hope to hear good news from you guys. So we've come to the end of this video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And I really, really want you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers. Oh my god, I can't believe it. But yeah, it's exciting to see that like the the farm is getting bigger. We're growing, like we're dominating. That's really nice. So please subscribe to my channel, because I'll be sharing more important information on accommodation, bringing a family, things to do when you get here, um, when you're even preparing to come, things to pack, things to bring, etc. So you can also drop questions or things that you want me to touch on in the comments. So I would go through them definitely. So see you in my next video. Bye.